Yes. Good morning. Welcome to Circle of Alchemy Sisters. I am Dedra. I'm here with my beautiful co-host, Kristi Lynn. We do not have a plan today. We're just going to jump right into it and we're just going to see what comes up. Are you feeling anything?
Okay, so I know that we're going to talk about what just happened in astrology, because I know that we are not the only people feeling the effects of eclipse season, right? So I really think the transition started with the last full moon.
Yeah.
So how many weeks ago was that? 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks? I don't know what the cycle is. But full moon.
We just had the new moon, so it would have been 2 weeks
Two
ago.
weeks ago, we had a full moon, and the full moon before the eclipse is basically showing you in your life things that do not belong.
Right.
Right? And it's kind of like up to you to like make the choice of whether this situation is something that I am willing to navigate in, even though I know that it's not the best for me, or choose a different path, even though that path might feel scary and shaky and unsure and uncertain, right? And then we get to the eclipse, and the eclipse is like, we're going to start fresh, we're going to start new, right? Because here's what happens in the spiritual realm. Like when you're living in say the most abundant timeline, when you're manifesting the most abundant timeline, our humans don't know what our most abundant timeline is.
Absolutely.
Right? So we are just going with sort of what the flow is. And because every decision that we take is a new opportunity to jump on a new timeline, right? We're not fully aware of the timelines and the choices that we make that take us to another timeline. So even though we're going down this timeline and everything feels great, but we're still manifesting for the highest good, right? We're for the highest good, for the highest good. I want to be on my highest timeline. This at one point was your highest timeline, right? You're manifesting your highest timeline. But as you heal and as you manifest and as you expand, your highest timeline gets bigger and gets bigger and gets bigger. So if you continue to manifest for the highest good, for my highest timeline, expect the universe to follow suit. They're going to say, okay, she wants her highest timeline. This is not where she should be, so let's take her off of this timeline and let's inspire her to go on a new timeline, right? So it's not about knowing where the timeline is. It's about understanding and feeling that this timeline right here at one point served me.
Right.
And I can clearly feel that it's not serving me anymore. But that doesn't mean that it feels good.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Yep.
Like the full moon experience that I had, I felt like my life got completely flipped upside down. I think I'm on a great timeline. I'm on a high timeline. I feel great. I'm having fun. And then the universe is like, boop, let me take you right out of that, right? And because I am who I am and I know the things that I know, and I've been working this system that we've been teaching, I know that there is something greater coming for me. And that is the only thing that really saves me in those positions of feeling like, what the fuck?
Yes.
What's going on? You know, the only thing that's really saving me is knowing that I know the universe is always working for me. I know the universe always knows what the next step is. And I have to trust that the universe would not take away something that was for the best of me. Yes. Right? They wouldn't take it away. They're saying this was great for you. But now you've connected to a new timeline, right? And so this timeline is ending. And the more you stay on this timeline, the more painful it's going to be. The more negative experiences you're going to have. You're going to take something that was wonderful and beautiful and good, and you're going to stay in it until it's dead and beaten and uninspired and yucky. Yeah. Right? So when you feel that this timeline is changing, we watched a video the other day, Rewilding with Sabrina, and she said that if you didn't do the thing, right, that you needed to do in your way, that after the eclipse, like we have 2 weeks. We have 2 weeks to sort of pay attention to our intuition, pay attention to where we're feeling led, and sort of manifest the energy to get us there, right? So that means we do have to let go of a lot of things. We're being asked to let go of a lot of things. And again, that hurts. It hurts, right? I've been mourning for 2 weeks, like I've been sad for 2 weeks. But came this eclipse, me knowing that these are the seeds I need to plant. I don't want to live in this sad energy anymore. I understand that this timeline is now gone, and it was sad. It was very sad because I loved this timeline. It was beautiful, right? But I have new seeds to plant. This eclipse, this energy of this eclipse is we're planting the seeds that are going to last for the next like 5 years. Right? So we have to take the things that the full moon took away from us, the eclipse is taking away from us and showing us like, hey, this doesn't belong anymore. This doesn't belong anymore. And we're taking that and we're empowering ourselves more with it, right? Like the universe always has my back. These seeds are going to carry me in to the next 5 years. I'm planting the energy now. So I don't want to plant sadness. I don't want to plant disappointment. I don't want to plant those things. I'm now moving through the energies and the emotions of the situation, right? I'm not staying in anger anymore, right? Because anger was an emotion that I was processing through, right? And then we break down anger. What does anger mean? It means you're sad and disappointed, right? So I was sad and I was disappointed. I'm feeling anger. So I know that because anger is sad and disappointed, I have to process through the sadness. I have to process through the disappointment. I have to look at the situation from every single possible angle that I could see. I have to have compassion for everybody in the situation. That's how we move through energy, right? I'm just looking at it from my position. I'm just looking at it from where I come from, and I'm feeling like a victim, and I'm feeling like I was let down and sad and disappointed. But if I have compassion, if I expand my thinking, I have compassion for everyone and everything in the situation, I can process my emotions a lot easier because I can understand where everyone is coming from. So we don't want to get stuck in the emotions. We want to make sure that we're not just like forgetting about it and shoving it down deep inside of us, right? Like we used to. That's the old programming. The old programming says just take it, put it down, and don't worry about it because I don't want to feel it. No, it's taken me a long time to get through this one. You know, like lots of astrological things in the sky. I joke about like, whoo, I got to sit this one out, right? I didn't get to sit this one out. I had to fully participate in this one, and it hurt. And it was sad and it was disappointing, and I had to move through that. I had to practice what I preach. I can't call myself a spiritual leader or a teacher or a guide if I'm not doing what it takes to move through the emotions. So I'm not going to be stuck in sadness and anger and disappointment. I'm going to feel the feelings. I'm going to expand my thinking, and I'm going to take every single person in the situation and the entire situation as a whole. I'm going to look at it from every angle, and I'm going to process through all of it so I can understand and have compassion and be able to move on from the situation. And that's what I did yesterday with the eclipse. I was ready to move on. So I did have to feel the sadness, and I did have to cry, and I did have to say, what the fuck, and feel the anger and feel all the emotions so that I could process through and look at everybody in the situation and be like, I understand. I understand. It pisses me off, but I still understand. I do have compassion. I do have understanding for the entire situation. And I do know that the universe always has my back. Always.
Yes. Even though it may not look like it at the time. I mean, I've caught myself in moments like, I know you know what's best for me. And I know that you know the way for me. But right now, it just looks like crap. And I don't see how all this is working in my favor because this sucks right now.
Yes, exactly. I just talked to a friend this morning who she's also a channel and a psychic. And she sent me this video crying and saying, what's going going on right now. Like, you know, like the other day I was over here, we came over here to podcast, and because we had so much going on in our lives from the full moon and the eclipse and all the emotions that we had to process through, all the tower moments, we had to choose the right way. And some of us, sometimes we didn't make the right, you know, like the full moon, this last 2 weeks has been very intense for everyone, right? But if you don't have the awareness that it was the full moon and it was taking everything that's not meant for you. And, I just want to talk about right now. I want to talk about going to, for some reason, they won't get this out of my mind. When you are going to, say, someone like me or a tarot reader and you want to know the future, right? I do not suggest that you ask for anyone for the future, right? I can tune into my guides and they can channel through me and they can tell me what's going to happen in my future, right? But again, we just channeled earlier that timelines change all the time with every choice you make, with every tower moment that happens, with every decision you make, your timeline changes, right? So you're going to a psychic or you're going to a tarot reader and you're asking them for the future. In that very moment, that's the energetic timeline that you're on, right? So then when you get to the future, you're just waiting. You're just waiting like, oh, this was going to happen. I was told that this was going to happen. So I'm waiting for it and I'm waiting for it. And then it doesn't happen. You're like, oh, well, they were bad. They were a liar. They weren't a good psychic. They weren't a good tarot reader because that didn't happen. That's not how it works. Every single decision you make, every change in the atmosphere, every tower moment, it's all depending on, there's thousands of timelines that you can grab onto, right? Yeah. Like when a psychic or a medium is pulling from your future, they're pulling from the Akashic Records. In the Akashic Records, there are unlimited outcomes that could possibly happen. So I'm pulling from the one that you're on right now, but if it doesn't happen, that doesn't mean I'm a liar and I'm full of shit. It means that you switched timelines. So just know that if things are working out of your life and you had this feeling like, I really thought that this was going to happen, am I crazy for feeling this way? No, you switched timelines, right? And it's not a bad thing because you're asking for the highest timeline. So the timeline that you left was serving you at that time, but it's not serving you anymore. It's going towards the highest outcome. So I just wanted to let you know that if you had these feelings, it's not about just going to a psychic and get your future predicted, but like sometimes we have these feelings. Like I know that I am supposed to do this. And then all of a sudden one day, it's like everything you go to, it's a roadblock, it's a roadblock, it's a roadblock. And that thing can't actually happen. Take it as I've switched timelines. That was a timeline, but now it's not a timeline. So now I need to figure out how this new timeline is going to work in my life.
Oh, and that can be really confusing and it can be really frustrating.
Yeah.
Before meeting you, I thought like your future was like set in stone. It was already predicted. It was already like written out for you. Like you only had one outcome. And and it wasn't just like when we met that, you know, because I know that I have asked for future readings, and
I do not do those. I do not do future readings. I will not do a future reading.
And I will say that the reading that you were allowed to give me did not end up happening, but it's through time you have explained how you have so many possibilities that you can do in life. You don't just have one road, you can have many roads.
Many.
And that was really hard to grasp onto. But now it's like the more that you experience and go through this, especially having a psychic in your life, you know, it's very helpful. I think everybody should have a psychic friend.
I honestly think that therapy and channels, psychic readers, tarot readers, and be very careful when you're picking these people because not all of them are living in the most healthy of ways.
Right.
I would not want to go to someone whose vibrations were not conducive with my vibrations.
Yeah.
You know, like if they are, me personally, if I want to go to a reader, I want to make sure that they're I don't know, good vibes.
Yeah.
Good vibes, right?
Yes.
Good vibrations. So yeah. Make sure that when you're choosing the people that you are getting guidance from, that they are in the right headspace and vibrations that
I agree.
you want to receive information from, because as a channel, as you can only receive the information that you are vibrating at, right? So if I'm living my life in a low vibrational way, let's say I'm a drinker, or I do drugs, or I have an unhealthy relationship, I am creating low vibrations in my life. It doesn't stop me from having my gift. I still have my gift.
Okay, so let's talk about this. So because anybody can have gifts. Yes. You don't have to be a high vibrational person to have gifts.
No.
So you can be a psychic and a channel and living a very low vibrational life.
Absolutely.
So when you're going to a person that is low vibrational and you're getting a reading from this person, what kind of information, what kind of energy, like would they be connecting to, and what would be like, what would the reading be like for the person receiving it?
It wouldn't be their highest timeline, right? It would be the vibrational level that the channel can handle. Okay, so remember that our bodies can only handle what they're built for, right? So the more healing that we do, the more expansion that we do, the more understanding and compassion that we have, the more high vibrational, fifth dimensional we are, the higher vibrations our body can stand, right? So for a low vibrational psychic medium channel, the high vibrational entities would actually like their bodies, you know how like when I'm channeling super high energy from like, you know, 13th dimension or whatever, my body kind of like shakes. And when you're watching these videos, you can see me when I'm channeling, I'm wiggling around, right? Because that vibrational energy is super high, and it's sort of like short wiring my body, and my body doesn't know how to handle it. Right? So if you're channeling, if you're a low energy channel, you're not going to be able to receive the information that sort of a higher energy channel would, because they can't fit inside your body. They can't use your body the way that they need it to.
So what would they be getting information from?
It's still information, and it's still good information. It's just not. And maybe it's maybe it would lead you somewhere that wasn't meant to be, because they're not seeing the clear picture. They're only seeing the vibrations. Because remember, there are guides out there. There are energies out there that are low vibrational that still want to be heard. Right? So like, just, it depends on the way you live your life, what kind of information you're going to channel, not only as a psychic and medium, but as a regular human. Like, let's say you're in a very depressive state and you really like writing, right? So you start writing and you're like channeling information, right? That information might be, depending on what state of mind you're in, might not be the best information, because you're channeling from a low state.
Gotcha.
Right? Like writers, like people who songwriters, movie writers, like when you feel the songs, you can tell that they were written in a very sad state, right? Because that's a channel. A songwriter is a channel. So when you're feeling the energy of a song, you can literally feel what energy they were in when they wrote the song.
Yeah.
Right? That's a channel.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I do feel like I connect with music. Have you ever like heard a song and then you're feeling like you're feeling the emotions of the song,
Yeah.
like you're crying in the car, or you're super happy if the song's super
And I
happy.
would say that that songwriter
Hmm.
was a channel
Hmm.
because you were feeling pure energy coming straight from their heart space,
Hmm.
right? So when you're getting sad during a song, you're connecting to the sadness that they were channeling. When you're like, I always go back to Mac Miller because he was like the first um uh artist that I could literally feel every single ounce of energy that he put into a song, right? And certain songs I wouldn't be able to listen to because I could feel how angry he was when he wrote it. I could feel that he was on drugs or drinking when he wrote it. I could feel that he was suicidal when he wrote it. You know, like I could feel the energy that he was putting towards the songs, and I had to stay away from certain ones. He's a beautiful channel. Like he is absolutely a channel. Like those you so and that's how it works with anybody, right? If you're receiving information from someone, if you're receiving guidance from someone, let's make sure that you're choosing someone who would be conducive to the vibrations that you want to receive,
Absolutely.
right?
Yep. 100%.
Now, and I'm not trying to be judgmental, but I would not go to a friend who was living in a horrible relationship situation to get relationship advice,
Yep.
right?
Yep. Hmm.
So you don't want to go to a guide of any type that isn't sort of living the way that the vibrations that you want to receive the information are.
Yep. I agree with
It
you.
is very you can't being a psychic, being a channel, like I because when I woke up and received my gifts, not received them, I guess when I woke up to my gifts, um I got so um inspired that I couldn't help but want to heal, right? Like I now not everybody has the same experience as me. I've said this so many times. I had a spontaneous awakening where I literally just started channeling out of nowhere, right? But once I started channeling, it was like receiving the information and receiving the vibrations and feeling the vibrations inspired me to heal,
Yeah.
wanted me to heal. I knew that I could not stay in a low place if I wanted to do what the vibrations that were being sent through me were telling me.
I agree with you 100%. So, a little backstory through my experience. Um, ever since I was a child, I knew I wanted to help people. I always had so much joy and emotional fulfillment when helping somebody, whether that be counseling or just listening.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what inspired me to go to school to be a counselor. But then my mind changed during the middle of schooling. I'm like, I don't think this is how I want to help people. I don't feel called for this kind of help. I did go on and got my bachelor's degree, um, but having met you and how our relationship transformed and came together, I knew early on that this was how I was going to help people. But I couldn't really help somebody
Mm-hmm.
until I started to heal and help myself
Mm-hmm.
first. So, how can we, having all this information, not put in the effort and the work and actually do it and transform our lives
Mm-hmm.
first? We
Mm-hmm.
can't help people if we're not actually doing the work ourselves.
Right. Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna talk about it, you gotta be about it.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else that we want to bring through? Let me just tune in and see if I can bring in some channels. Yes, Kristi, we are here waiting patiently to deliver lots of good news for the humans here on this place we call New Earth. The transformations are happening rapidly. And yes, it may seem as if there are a lot of tragic heart-wrenching things that are happening here in your personal life. But again, I assure you that whatever you believe in, whatever your personal belief is, whether you believe in the universe, whether you believe in extraterrestrials, whether you believe in God, whatever religion or following or inspiration that you follow, it does not matter which one. Know that they are always working for you. They are never against you. So if you are receiving channels, or if you are receiving information, and this information is scary and it is bringing you down to a level of fear, know that that is not the channel for you. There are a lot of you who are going to, as Kristi said, spontaneously awaken, and you will start receiving feelings, energy, messages. You will start having to speak and say things. Your life is changing. The energy is changing. And if you strive to live in a better place, on a better world, yes, absolutely, the things that are not meant for you will absolutely be stripped from you, because you know why? We love you. And we are here to help you. And we are here to guide you. We are a team. We are all one. We all share the same oversoul that comes from the Creator. We are all a team, and we are here to help you. We are not here to strip away the lives that you will enjoy. We are here to strip away the lives that are not conducive to the energy that you are creating. Because again, remember that you create your own energy by the things you say, by the emotions that you feel. So if you are saying, I choose my highest timeline, and in your heart you are feeling, I am choosing my highest timeline and I want to live in the best way that I know how, you are connecting to us, and we are saying yes. And we are going to help you get to that place. But sometimes it feels as if we are taking things from you to hurt you. And how can you trust us if you are taking things that hurt you? We are not here to take things from you that will serve you. We are only here to support you. So if things are being removed from your life at this moment in time, if your life is being shaken up and you are one of the ones asking why, it is because you are supported. You are loved, and you are asking for it. Okay, so I just want to go off of that. We asked for this, right? We asked for this. Mm-hmm. We asked for this human life. We asked for these lessons that we're learning. Our team didn't send us down here to just freeball it, right? There is a blueprint. There is a blueprint. There's like a skeletal system, the blueprint, right? How the path that you're going to go down, the lessons that you want to learn, the things that you're going to be exposed to, so you can either latch onto them or throw them away. There is a blueprint, but there are 1,000 different other paths and enlightenments that you can go down. It's completely up to you and the energy that you are creating in your life. You can learn the lessons through sorrow and heartbreak and depression and anxiety and drugs and alcohol. You're still learning those lessons. You're still learning them. But you can learn them on a higher level if you're going through all the process of the emotions that are causing you to stay in that deep, dark place.